going to turn our attention on a different thing altogether. So that our attention will be drawn to something very interesting. And it has to do with verbs. You know, when it comes to verb, it's very interesting because without a verb, a sentence cannot be formed. Is that understood? Yes. It's almost impossible to form a sentence without a verbal element. Good. Be it an auxiliary verb, a main verb, a stative verb, and what have you. But before we form a structure, a verb is an integral part of a structure. So a sentence cannot be formed without a verb. But today, there's a particular verb we want to look at. This verb is very, very essential, very, very important in the English language. If you look at types of verbs, okay, it is treated differently. Good. But we are going to look at this type of verb. What I'm speaking of is a verb called a phrasal verb. Phrasal verb. Good. So that is our topic for today. I want to treat phrasal verb. Very good. Phrasal verb. When we speak of phrasal verb, what comes to mind? A lot of you would want to explain phrasal verbs by explaining the individual words in the clause. Understood? It's good to look at it from that angle. It's good. But let's look what a phrase is. If you look at what a phrase, okay, we said phrases are those words that two or more words that come together that do not express a complete thought. Good. It doesn't make complete sense. Two or more words come together make a complete sense. It's a phrase. We agree. And what is a verb? A verb is that word that depicts action. Good. So putting the two together, it's kind of a little bit confusing. But to untangle or to untwine the confusion, let me explain what phrasal verbs are to you. Phrasal verbs are, or they consist of two or more words that are made up of either an adverb, a preposition, and a verb. I'm taking it again. Phrasal verbs are two or more words that come together, but they are composed or they are made of a verb, a preposition, or an adverb. Take notes. We're going to refer to our notes what an adverb, what a preposition, and what have you. Good. But before we move on, let's write an example on the board. Like sit down. Okay? Look at the word sat down. Good. In a structure, we sat down and waited for the teacher. We sat down and waited for the teacher. We sat down and waited for the teacher. Another structure I want to give is account for. Account for. So you can say we accounted for the trip we embarked on. We accounted for the trip we embarked on. Let's take a critical look at these two phrasal verbs on the board. In defining phrasal verbs, we said they are two or more words that are made up of a preposition, a verb, or an adverb. Let's look at the words on the board. If you take the word sat is the past tense of what? Sit. So this becomes a verb. You agree with me? Good. If you look at down is an example of a what? A preposition. We say a preposition shows the position of an object, right? Excellent. So down is a preposition. So we see a preposition coming together with a verb. So this is a typical example of a phrasal verb. In our analysis, analyzing the two, if we look at this, for instance, to account for. Account is an action word, okay? So we have our verb. For is a preposition. So we have our preposition. So they both becomes what? A phrasal verb. Because we have both a verb and a what? A preposition in there. Good. What excites me about preposition is the fact that they have an underlying meaning, a deeper meaning. Hello? You cannot just look at the individual words in a preposition and give the meaning. No, it is not done. If you look at the meaning of sat, it has a different meaning altogether. You have a down, has a different. So if you look at the two meanings put together, they are quite different for the meaning of a phrasal verb. So we say phrasal verb has a deeper or another meaning. In other books, they tell you that it has a figurative meaning. Meaning you have to look beyond the meaning of the two words before you can tell what a phrasal verb is. Is that understood? So it says we are accounted for the trip we embarked on. Accounted for is what? To narrate. Is that understood? Very good. So we sat down and waited for the teacher. Okay, sat down means what? To sit and what? Just be mindful. We sit down and wait for the teacher. Is that understood? Very good. So again, the headmaster went in for soft drinks. Okay, went in means what? To demand for. Is that understood? Very good. So in looking at phrasal verbs, you have to look for a deeper meaning before you get what? A phrasal verb. You cannot just look straightly at the meaning of the individual words and get the meaning of a phrasal verb. You have to go beyond the meaning. That's why I said one word. It has a what? A figurative meaning. Is that understood? Good. I have a lot of examples. That is simple phrasal verbs. Okay? They are made up of a verb, a preposition, or an adverb. Is that understood? And they have what? A deeper meaning, or what? A figurative meaning. So we have a lot of examples. We have account for, okay? In a sentence, you must account for what you spend. Okay? We have allow for. In a sentence, you must allow for damages during the production. Okay, so allow for is what? To take into account. Okay, to account for is what? To give a reason of something. Okay, if you account for, I give a reason for something, for doing something. Okay, so I can also add, I asked for the principal of the college. I asked for the headmaster of the college. So to ask for means what? To inquire, or to request, or to what? To demand. So it has what? A deeper meaning. I have a lot of examples here. Back, away, back out, back up, ask for, back up, and a whole lot and a whole lot. Is that understood? Very good. So that is that we have for what? A phrasal verb. So simply put, a phrasal verb is two or what? More words that come together that has a verb, a preposition, or what? An adverb in a structure, and it has a what? A figurative meaning. So that is that. But in giving the video to you, I will add a lot of examples of a phrasal verb so that you can look through and form sentences on your own. So next time we come to class, then we'll be able to know what a phrasal verb is, and we'll use them in our structure, in our daily interactions with our friends and our parents. We'll use a phrasal verb. Thank you. Have a nice day. Bye bye.